Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are in the world. And this evening, Joanne, I'm having a conversation with Joanne Brooks, who lives, I believe, on the Gold Coast in Australia.
I do indeed. It's a nice cool evening here for me, where it's morning for you, would it not be, Caroline?
Yes, it is. Yes, it's 10:30 here.
Oh, cool, cool, cool. Oh, 7:30 in the evening. So
Yeah,
yes, on the other side of the world, talking to one another. So cool.
it is,
So
and it's mad, isn't it? That
absolutely mad.
that you have this, and you just the computers made the world small.
I know, I know, right? And over the last few years, as a result of COVID, I think that's the one wonderful thing that's popped out of it is that we, like the people I speak to from everywhere around the world, it's
Mm,
just wonderful, absolutely wonderful.
yeah, yeah. Anyway, so I'll ask you the same question as I ask everybody, and
Oh
that
yeah.
is, what do you enjoy doing when you're not working?
Oh, yes. Well, I like walking on the beach. I
Ah,
absolutely do. And we do have some gorgeous and lovely beaches here. So I'm very blessed to live in a place that is a well-known holiday destination for Aussies. And a lot of tourists from overseas land here and they go, wow. So it looks a little bit like Hawaii, but much nicer, not so crowded. Um, Beautiful white sand, rolling seas coming in. It's quite lovely. And it's about 2 kilometers that way.
oh, not far then. Gosh.
No, nice and
Yeah.
close. I can walk
And
it.
it's great, isn't it, that you're able to sort of walk out of the door,
Yes,
everything going on, madness and all the rest of it,
yes,
and you're able to retreat
yes,
to the calm of the ocean.
yes. And I do find it very grounding. It's like being able to it's a bit like putting my feet in grass, but I do love putting my
Mm,
feet in the sand. Not in summertime because it gets jolly hot, the sand. You have
I
to
can
tippy toe
imagine.
through the sand. It gets super hot. But it's
Yeah,
still
fry your
lovely.
feet.
Yeah, indeed. So the mission is to get across without your foot touching the sand very much
Ah,
and getting yourself in the water. So you got to walk above it as best you can.
so
Look
there's
a
a
bit
knack
crazy.
there, obviously.
There is. There's a process, yes.
But yes, so I guess, a nice early morning or an evening, walking, paddling in the ocean.
Yes.
Um, do you enjoy, as well as that, do you enjoy walking in woodlands? Do you have any woodlands near you or wooded
Yeah.
areas?
We do, and very fortunately, about 300 meters down the end of my street is we call it bush. You call it
Bush,
woodlands.
yes.
Same deal. But we have bush strip because there's a large river on the other side of it. And so of a morning, we don't go to the beach. I have two large dogs. My husband and I walk around there, and we're very fortunate. There's a fabulous cafe in a little old building that's literally a 10-minute walk. So the doggies get a walk over the river and to the cafe, and then we come back. And yes, so we get to see some pretty cool things in there.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, that you couldn't ask for anything more. The ocean 2 kilometers away, 300 yards away, bush, and a
Yeah,
cafe. I mean,
I
what
know,
more
right?
can you ask for?
Life's good. And
Yeah.
coming back, I mentioned to you earlier, I'm now living with my husband. I live with my 95-year-old mum, so it's back to my old childhood suburb. So it's actually really
Yeah.
lovely to be back here. I haven't been here for I'm going to not tell you how many years, but a long
Have
time.
you?
A long
And
time.
of course, whenever you visit an area, the sort of the memories pop, don't they?
Oh, they do. It's like I'm a few kilometers away from my high school and where the beach that I used to go to as a teenager and just was a rotisserie and just sat on the beach and trying to get brown, which never happened because I'm so fair. It never happened, but I spent a lot. Yes, there's a lot of spots you go, oh, like I was taking my mum to a place to get her eyes checked the other day. And it was in the main street of the first job I ever had in 1980. And so that the bank's not there anymore, but across the road is the milk bar and it's still there.
It's
And
still
then
there. Oh, wow.
yeah, so I think, gosh, it's been there since 1980. So that's, 45 years ago. It's still there, different
Mm,
owners. And then I saw the fish and chip shops there, the butcher's still there. They're all in the same spot, lots of other things around them. But I
mm.
went, oh my gosh, it's a blast from the past. It's
Yeah,
really nice.
and that speaks volumes, doesn't it? That those independent businesses are
Yes.
still in existence.
have survived in some way. And surely
Yeah.
they've got different owners, they've bought and sold, but they've been in a great position. They sell a great product like good milkshakes and
Mm,
good fish and chips and all that sort of stuff that they've withstood the test of time.
yeah.
So
Which is
pretty,
brilliant in this day and age,
so unusual.
considering what the world's been through in the last few years.
Oh, no doubt, no doubt. And and particularly retail space, right? And hospitality, they were the
Yeah.
hardest hit. So it's very nice. It's reassuring to see like there's progress going on all around them, lots
Yeah.
of construction going on, but they got obviously got some deep roots and they're not going anywhere. So
Yeah.
it's really great to
Brilliant.
see.
Brilliant. And you said you have two large dogs. What
I
breed of
do.
dogs have you got?
So we've got two Belgian Shepherds. So the first question is,
Oh,
heard of those? Because not
yes.
everybody has. Right, you do. You know what they are,
Yeah.
right?
I know what they
So
are.
we have two sorts. We have the black Groenendael,
Mhm.
long-haired black one, and we've got a long-haired Traverian, a boy and a girl, both around about 12 and a half years old. But the girl, she's had two beautiful litters, and we've got 12 babies, and we're not babies anymore in
Yeah.
around the place. So yes, they're asleep on the floor beside me.
Okay.
They don't move all day. They just sit wherever I am. So there was that
Oh,
for
that's
them.
nice, isn't it? Yeah.
It's lovely.
Near mum,
Yeah.
we're happy. We can
Yes.
go to sleep.
Yes. Indeed. And we have a cat who's a small black cat, and she is the boss. So it's the cat who's the tiniest,
Oh,
the female dog who's the smallest dog of the two, and then the boy dog who's the biggest. And sadly, he's the bottom of the rung. Poor old Sam.
isn't it
But it's
strange how a
normal,
cat?
right?
Yes,
It's
but
normal.
isn't it strange how a cat, which is smaller
Is the
than
boss.
pretty much anything in
Yes.
the animal world, well, not the small animals, but you know what I
Yes.
mean, pet
Yes.
wise,
Yes.
that they rule the roost.
I know. And she's as big as their head. So, she's quite small, but she is definitely the boss.
Oh dear. Yes,
Yeah,
get in
anyway.
line.
It's exactly that. I
Yes.
spotted Willow one day and I thought, looked at her from a distance, you've got something on your nose. What is that? So I pulled her closely and I went, oh my gosh. And there was a claw of pretzel
Oh,
stuck in her nose. So I just pulled it out. She didn't seem to,
oh
I wasn't hurting her, but I went, wow, you've been whacked by the cat.
no.
What were you
Oh
up to?
dear.
Poor thing. Never
Honestly,
mind.
yes. Yeah, there are some great videos around, aren't there, with cats sort of
There are.
saying, "You will do what you're told." Smack.
Exactly. Yes. And that gives you
Oh
that
dear.
silliest look to go, seriously, you want me to do that or you want me to move? I'm here and I'm not moving. And the number of times she sits right there in front of me and I've got to try and look around, move, and then she comes back.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yes, you will pay
she's done.
attention to me, come what may.
I know. And the lovely thing about that since COVID and Zoom is that we all accept the random cat walking past,
We,
the
yeah,
dog barking, the
yeah,
other halves walking past in not enough clothing and all those sort of things. It
yeah.
all happens and we all accept it and go, oh, it's happened again.
Now, the thing is, we're all human and
Exactly.
it doesn't matter.
Absolutely not. And so I think that's quite wonderful because it does show that we are human
Yeah.
uh,
You
and
know,
life
life
happens.
isn't an Instagram.
No, it is not. That's a good saying. I like that one. I might borrow it if that's okay.
Yeah, you can, by all means. I made it up, but I'm sure somebody somewhere else is saying it. But,
I'm
you
sure
have
they
these
are.
perfect pictures, don't you, of this is my
No,
life.
yeah,
Well, actually, in reality, all the tut and everything is probably in a
it's
cupboard,
rubbish.
and you
Yes.
open the cupboard and they all
Yeah.
fall out.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Yes.
that is right, and I think that the sooner people accept that things are going to happen, you
Yeah.
have lives to live outside of what we all do generally,
I know,
and
right? Yeah.
it needs to be accepted, I think,
Yeah.
along the route of if you fall off a chair or these things happen,
They
you
do.
just
They
get up,
do.
brush yourself off, and get on with it. I mean,
I know, right? Yes. I was having a conversation with someone in the US today. Lovely. We're talking from both sides of the world today. And we were talking about, we're having a conversation around the fact that we have this expectation at the moment that we're going to use artificial intelligence and we want to use it to make us look faster and better and more productive and all this stuff. but yet that we have this judgment when they still want to see us as a human and that we are real. And so, yeah, as I said to my girlfriend, I said, I feel there's a post in this for me somewhere. They're going to put this thing together because we have this expectation that we should use our AI to improve our productivity, but we get a bit cross because it is a bot talking to us and not a human. But then over here, we've got all these people who go, actually, I don't want to be on the video. It might not be perfect. I might swear. I might forget my words. But we've actually got to put the two together, right?
Yeah.
We have to put the two together. We have
Mm,
to learn to live with one another
mm.
and show
Yeah,
up as humans.
yes, it's true. And I think all these things that we have around us are great tools, aren't they? For whether we
Yeah.
want to use them in business or whether we want to use them to
Yes,
help run our lives in our personal lives.
exactly.
They're tools. They're not anything other than a tool.
Exactly.
And it we need to be human. We need to show some form of vulnerability to show people that it's
Yes.
okay to do that.
Exactly. And that you are worthy of a conversation to be had with, right?
Yeah,
And I think that there's a line that we've got to get through and get past to be prepared to do that. And I'm sure you don't have an issue because you have this type of show and Caroline's Chit Chat. I'm very comfortable on screen, but there's so many people in business who want to hide behind things and then wonder why their customers aren't coming to them because they don't realize because they're not showing up.
yeah.
They're not showing themselves without the makeup or not getting the words right
Mm,
or
mm.
not or turning up late like I did tonight and all those sort of things, right?
It happens. Life
It's
happens,
just the way it
you
is.
know. And I think, I mean, I don't wear makeup. Okay, some people do. Some people can't function without
Yeah,
wearing it
yeah.
because they feel that it's their comfort. Oh, well,
Yeah.
if I'm not wearing it,
Armor.
people aren't going to accept me for who I am. And I
Yes,
think really that's quite wrong, that people should
you're right.
accept a person for who they are, not what they look like.
Exactly. I totally agree with you, Caroline.
Mm,
My mum's a lady who's never worn a skerrick of makeup in her entire life, and she's now 95. Um, but she's had a successful career and all those sort of things. And
mm,
I think the key thing is, Caroline, is to show up as yourself, as you just said, authentically,
yeah.
and no rubbish, no BS.
Mm,
Take it or leave it. That's who I am. This is how I look, all that sort of stuff. And
yeah.
I will say every now and then when I'm on a doggy walk, I will do a video for social media with just the
Yeah.
hat on, no makeup, no nothing. And do
Yeah.
I love it? No, but I don't have to watch it. Who cares how I feel, right? This is for my audience to go, actually, she is normal. Right? She doesn't always have the
Yes.
bright wig on and all that sort of stuff, right?
Yeah, it's exactly that, isn't it? You can come and speak to me. If you have friends that want to come and visit, oh well, sorry, you can't come because I'm in a bit of a muddle. But the answer is, I'm not coming to see a muddle. Blow
No,
the
I'm coming
muddle.
to
I'm
see
coming to
you.
see you.
No, exactly, exactly. Well, the
Yeah,
house isn't clean enough. I haven't cleaned today. Well, who cares? Yeah,
exactly,
it's interesting,
exactly.
isn't it?
And it
Mm,
is interesting, isn't it? And I think this AI thing.
mm.
Um, People, it's like having to have something to hide behind if it's being
Yeah,
used
yeah,
you know in a I don't know. I mean, I haven't I occasionally use it to help with
yes,
wording,
yeah, gotcha.
but it's a tool to use
It's
that, and
just a
if it's going to
tool.
enhance and help me write something,
Yeah,
then fine. And then I think, oh, that's a great idea, and then I will go through
stand
it
by
and
it.
make sure that it sounds like me, but it's given me a foundation.
Yeah, yeah. And it's no different to moving from a hand calculator to having an Excel spreadsheet, right?
Mm,
Use it for the right reasons.
yeah,
And I think where a lot of people slip up on how they use AI is they're not doing that adjustment, right? Or they're not teaching it to speak like you. And
yes.
and for me, I spent a lot of time on AI crafting things, but I will often open a Word document, a blank document, turn on the dictation button and just start talking to it because I'm not a great typist, so I'll talk to it and then I'll pick it up and say, "Can you now use my words? Now, can you please put it into a format that's actually legible and makes sense
Mm,
and flows properly, spelt right, and got all the good grammar because I never did pass English terribly well. but I see it as an amazing tool that helps me to be much more proficient. But I'm determined to make it to ensure that it sounds like me,
Yes,
because
yes,
then I'm just an imposter, or I'm not being authentic, and that's not
yeah.
okay for me.
But
Not
isn't it,
okay.
isn't this conversation interesting? Because I started off with a question, what do you enjoy you're, when
I
you're
know,
not
right?
working? And we sort
Yes,
of creep into, but it's interesting, isn't it? How conversations,
evolve.
the move, yeah, move like
Yeah,
the
yeah,
ocean.
yeah. Yeah, exactly. They come in and they go out and they do all sorts
Yeah.
of weird things. But the thing, I guess I'm very fortunate in that whilst I have my own business, I absolutely love what I do. So I can talk just as easily about going to the beach and the beautiful, sunrises and sunsets and the dogs. I could talk about them till the cows come home,
Oh,
but I can
yes.
also talk about business until the cows come home.
Well, yeah. But the whole idea is to get to know people
Yes,
outside of their business because you're not buying from a bit when you do business with people, you're
yes,
not buying from the business, you're buying from the person. So
exactly.
you're getting to know, you're getting to like, and you're getting to trust that person by
Yes,
just generally having conversations and
yes.
interaction.
I know. And yeah, and I love these types of conversations because we've just experienced, we just don't know which rabbit hole we're going to land in.
Yeah,
And it's just a beautiful flowing conversation. And I think that makes it more interesting for the audience because we might have a topic to talk about and that's expected. But what I love is that we didn't have a topic and it's just, let's have a conversation.
yeah,
I think they're the best. So I
good.
appreciate that.
You're welcome. And thank you again for joining me on Carolyn's Chit Chat today. It's been great to have a
Pleasure.
conversation with you. And perhaps next time we can have a conversation about the dogs. Who knows?
Absolutely. Anytime. Always.
Thank
Thank you,
you so
Carol.
much.